Radio. Catch them all in Mistalks.
Welcome back to Musetalks. I'm your host, Sansan.
And I'm Charlie.
And today we are joined by a fellow Gen Z who's also like my dear friend. She has years of theatre experience and she's here to share with us like stories and advice for like the younger generation. So without further ado, let's welcome Heather.
So my name is Heather. I'm currently 21 years old. Yeah, and I'm studying in NAFA. I'm doing my diploma in arts management and I'm going into year 3 soon in August. Yeah.
So what's arts management about?
So it covers a very broad span of topics lah. So we talk about like arts and entrepreneurship. So like how to start your own organization, stuff like that. A lot of arts marketing, how to really like get the arts out there. And then stuff like exhibition handling, even like how to manage performing art shows, whether it be dance, music, theatre, that kind of thing.
So you guys are like more on like the production and like management and event side of things?
Yeah,
mostly?
pretty much.
Okay. It's interesting.
So we'll be asking you a few questions regarding like theatre since you have like years of experience and you can share with us your wisdom about and experience about, you know, theatre in general. So like my first question would be like, when do you first experience like the art of theatre, like as an audience member and also as a performer?
Yeah. I like to clarify, years of experience is very misleading. I have 4 years of experience.
But honestly,
in like
you
Gen
have,
Z,
you have been part of the performing arts sector for quite a long. You have been dancing also, right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so
A dancer.
I've been dancing for about 15 years of my life. Yeah, so that's
a lifetime.
It's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been involved in the performing arts for a very, very long time. It's just that theatre sort of came a bit later in my life, but it's become a very big part of it as well.
Yeah, I mean you're currently like still doing stuff related to it, right?
Yes,
Theatre.
correct. Yeah.
So like when did it like come to you like as an audience member first?
Sure. So as an audience member, it's pretty young. So like my parents always love to bring me to all these kind of plays and stuff, especially like those international ones. Yeah. So I think it was when I was like 5-6 years old. I went to watch Cinderella at the old Kallang Stadium.
Oh
yeah.
that was a really
that's like closed now.
ancient
Yeah.
place.
So like 2008, 2009. Yeah. And I watched Cinderella with Lea Salonga when she was still like active.
iconic.
Yeah.
It was like a musical thing.
Yes, it was a musical. Yeah, so that was probably one of my first experiences that I can remember. It was very, very immersive, like for me, because the stage looks like a TV screen.
It's
Yeah,
like
and
live, but
it's like live.
live.
Yeah. So I think that played a big part, especially like the live aspect, because you're there, you're sitting there and watching these people like sing to you and like
live.
perform for you.
It's like perfection, but it's actually live. You would thought that like you're watching a pre-recorded
Yeah,
stuff,
correct.
right?
Especially
But it's
like when you're that young.
yeah.
It's probably like super magical for
Yeah.
like such a young mind. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
You wanted to be real. You wanted to be Cinderella. Yeah. Okay. So like the second part. How about like as a performer? Because I've heard that you've acted in some.
Have acted,
Actually,
yes.
yes. Yeah.
Good actor is a different story. Yeah, but
But share.
it basically started when I went into IT after secondary school. So that was about 4 years ago. And then I joined a drama CCA, like for funsies. Like I didn't think much of it. And it's so funny. I was about to quit, like after this one training session.
Oh.
And then I made a friend and I was like, okay, maybe I'm not going to quit anymore.
So that
So
friend
I
is
stayed,
the miracle.
Yeah, it's the miracle because I stayed on and then I did a show. And
How was the experience?
just being on stage in general, like as a dancer, as an actor, I think just being able to showcase art is something that is like generally something that I enjoy doing. Yeah.
Were you like really, really nervous? Because it was like, I mean, I know you've been on stage for like dancing and stuff, but this is like acting.
Yeah.
You have lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you manage to like, calm yourself down and stuff like that?
I take it the same way as I like dance. So I try not to rehearse my lines all the way up until like before I go on stage, because that makes you even more nervous.
Right.
Yeah, especially
Like
if
exam,
you
actually.
yeah, like if you're trying to memorize like every single word on the page, you're bound to get something wrong on stage. Yeah, so for me, I think being able to trust myself, is very important before I go on stage.
My next question to you is, who would you say is your biggest inspiration in the theatre world? It can be like a local figure or international.
I think locally I've met a number of very, very, very generous and kind theatre practitioners. But I think the two that stick out to me the most are Huzia Sulaiman and Claire Wong. The reason being is that I interned at that company, Checkpoint Theatre,
Yep.
about 3 years ago, so 2021. So I was still new to theatre.
Still very fresh.
Yeah, still very fresh and still learning. But they took me in, and they were just very, very kind people. And the people who worked in Checkpoint were also super generous and always willing to help. And I think that that kind of encouragement really helped me to like find more love in theatre. Yeah.
Was there ever like a mishap that you made on stage, and how like do you handle it? You know?
Not so much mishap. I would like to pride myself that I have not gotten lines wrong on stage. But I will say that because I'm cursed with a small bladder, that during shows that are like an hour and a half long, I tend to like feel the need to go to the toilet, especially when I'm on stage. So I'm like, oh my god, like I need to go. And especially there was a show that I did. We had to stand like looking straight ahead, and I remember just like I had to shift my feet like back and forth because I was like, I need to go. So I think not so much mishap, but I think just the thoughts running in my mind tend to come up a lot when I'm on stage. I think it's just like the embarrassment, like the shame. Like you don't want to do this in front of an entire live audience right now. Like if I piss my pants.
You have to control your emotions.
Yeah,
all that.
correct. Yeah. So I think when you're there, right, it's kind of like riding a roller coaster or something. It's like if you feel like you need to go to the toilet, like when you're queuing up, and then when you ride the roller coaster afterwards, you're like, I don't feel anything anymore. Because of the adrenaline, I would say. Yeah.
So like just now you mentioned that like you had internship in IT with Checkpoint Data, right? So how was like the whole experience? Like, were there any misunderstandings or miscommunication, and like how do you handle it and stuff,
I don't want to seem like a propaganda agent, but I honestly truly loved
Checkpoint Theatre
so much. Until now, I'm still like promoting them like everywhere I go, like to people, especially like
you managed to encourage your friend.
Yes, correct.
Of yours.
I just managed like to encourage a friend of mine to like try out for the internship, and now that's all she's talking about.
Yeah,
She loves Checkpoint Theatre, and I think the main reason is because the way that they treat their employees is very, very like wow, like especially with like the Singaporean corporate life,
good welfare lah.
You wouldn't expect people like to be so understanding, especially with like one thing that surprised me was taking MCs.
Why?
Like usually when you take MCs at work, they're like, oh, okay, I see how it is. And they're like,
side eye, right?
and I'm like, I'm sick. And I'm taking MC, I'm dying. And then they're like side eyeing you. But at like with Checkpoint, like you cough and they're like, do you need to take MC? I'm like you care? You care about me? Yeah, so I think like the genuine love that they have for their employees is really special. And even like as an intern, I was only there for like 3 months.
Yeah.
But even after that, like even after I left, they would be like, oh, Heather, how are you doing? Like,
You want to still keep up with each other.
Yeah, and I still keep up with them. And, like we follow each other's socials and everything. And I still go to their shows. And I think that's how they maintain like a good relationship with not just, the other theatre partners, but their audience members as well. Yeah.
I mean, you like from ITE, like, cause you're from performance production. I am also from performance production, and like we learn, we learn like all sorts of like theatre management stuff and staging, stage management, all that. And there's also checkpoint where you learn, basically apply your skills in a real life like working situation. What kind of role would you take like in this like theatre industry?
So I've mostly done like production management, stage management stuff. So that is something that I'm most comfortable with. I've tried out events where I've done like tech work. However, I don't feel like I am handyman-y enough to do that. Yeah, like doing all the cabling and stuff. Like I am very much comfortable sitting down doing my paperwork
Behind the computer.
Yeah, behind the computer. Or like I mean, like stage management, you run around a lot. You are telling
it's
actors
really
where to go, like doing blocking and spiking. That's something that I enjoy. I think that's also because like I like having the authority. Like telling people like what to do. But I that's where I excel, I believe.
So what would you say are like some crucial traits that someone should have in order to like survive in the industry?
I think first of all, like the very, very important thing is that people need to have thick skin. You need to understand that people are going to give you criticism in the industry. So yeah, it's very important that when you're in the workplace and you're working with so many different kinds of personalities, they are bound to clash. And so when people start to bicker and make arguments, it's important that you are in a workspace, like making these arguments, but outside you can be friends. It's fine. Yeah, and I think some people don't understand that, but I think that's also a part of like being professional in the workplace. Yeah, it's being able to not take things too personally.
That's why there's like a distinction between like professionalism and personal life, right?
Yes, correct.
And especially like with working with people that you are really close with, like your friends. So I've heard that,
Wait, I do have one piece of advice.
Okay.
Which is that
Again.
never work with your friends.
Oh, wow.
If you trust them, it's still a no-no. Because you need to understand how your friends work in a serious workplace. Yeah. Before you even like come to them with a project and you're like, let's do this seriously. Yeah. Because you have no clue. Like you cannot base it
true
on
colours.
Yes. People will show their true colours at like the most crucial timings.
Man.
Like you never know them until like you work with them professionally. So like I, judging by the way you are like passionately sharing this piece of advice, I'm sure you have a sort of unpleasant experience, right, to share with us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of dealing with these kind of people. But so I was doing a production.
Okay.
Yeah, and 2 weeks before we opened, I sort of ended my friendship with this person that we were doing the production with. But I was like, okay, let's just put our grievances aside.
Okay.
I will do this with you because we've been doing this already.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna finish it. Yeah, because it's already been laid out. We've been doing this for months.
You guys gave money to the
we gave
venues.
Money. It was like self-funded and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So of course, like I'm not gonna just let it go because of this petty little argument. So we did the show.
Okay.
And then I've at the very like last day, the last show before the last show that we did, it was about an hour before the show started. This friend came in and started, making a bit of a fuss and sort of making everybody feel uncomfortable. And then it was just very unprofessional because
This friend also kind of like made use of their position, right?
yeah, so yeah, they were basically doing every single like
role
and there were about 10-11 people
in the
he
team.
was taking up 10-11 roles.
Oh, why?
Yeah. I feel like it was more of a he didn't trust other people to do the work, even though he was the one who assigned these people the roles. Yeah, so he was pretty much complaining that we weren't taking things seriously, and it was just very, very out of line. And it was just like, okay, we're about to finish the last show. I believe that we should finish it and then end it there. Like that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Like usual.
Yeah. So that's when I realized, like people really show their true colors once you start working them, and it's never like a good decision to base like trust as like solid proof to work with friends. Yeah. So I think that's sort of like a piece of advice that I would give to people.
So we move on to the very, very, very final question. Something more lighthearted lah. What would you say is your favorite like theatre memory or memories like in your 4 years of experience?
Honestly, I would say that the best memories are after the show.
It's always like the
It's
wrapping
always
up.
the wrapping up. It's always the going to the
The
post-production
post-productions.
parties. Yeah, and I remember the post-production party that I had with Checkpoint after like being an intern. So we wrapped up, and then we headed back to the office, put away our stuff, and then so our party was basically at East Coast Park Laguna. The place with like all the hawker stalls and everything, and it was at night, so it was
That's
really nice.
lovely.
Yeah.
And the actors came and as well, and we took some TikToks. And I had a very, very nice conversation with everybody. Yeah, and I think it's just
Community.
theatre is community. Yeah, and being able to make connections with people, you know, until now it's very important to me that I keep a healthy relationship with the people that I meet. Yeah, especially in the industry.
How about like an advice for like young people out there who like wants to pursue theatre but they don't know like where to start? Where's the starting point? What would you like advise them?
I think it depends on what kind of department you're looking at. Because if you are talking about performers, there's a wide range of programs that people could go to. You know, in Wild Rice they have Young and Wild for like all these 18 to 35-year-olds. And then you know, for production it's very important that you go into a company that is willing to take on
Nurture you.
like beginners and to really
Yeah.
like help you improve. Checkpoint Theatre.
Yes.
Promotion.
But I think it's just being able to find a company that fits you. Yeah, is the most important, rather than learning to up your skill set first. As much as it's very important, you need to be able to be with a company that's on the same wavelength as you. Yeah.
Before we wrap up, right, we have a special round of rapid fire questions for you. So we'll be just asking like this or that questions, and then you just pick one, and then you just explain why you picked
Yeah.
that answer.
Okay, sure.
Okay, you
Yeah.
ready?
No, but okay.
Okay, the first one. Would you rather be part of the bump in crew or the bump out crew?
Oh my god. Both of these are so stressful. But bumping.
Why?
Yeah. Because bumping, as much as they are both very stressful, right? Bumping makes me feel more excited. You know, you're stepping into the theatre for the first time or whatever venue that you're in. You're setting up and it's exciting.
Would you rather be part of the tech crew or the creative crew?
Actually, you know what?
What?
After you said that, right, I would pick the tech crew instead.
Oh?
Because when we're talking about creative crew, right?
We're talking about directors.
Script writers,
Playwrights,
designers,
all that,
Yeah.
yeah.
And as much as there is a wonderful job to do, I don't think I can fill the shoes of a role that big. Yeah. So I'm someone who enjoys like being in the back, you know, doing the work. And so I think that production and tech kind of go together in that sense.
It's like a introvert versus extroverted job.
correct.
Right, yeah. Okay, next one. Would you rather act or direct?
I would rather direct
Oh?
because I've done it a couple of times for dance.
For dance.
And then once for theatre. And I think I just enjoy being in a space that can
Where you can like
mold and shape
mold your own creative
ideas,
directions.
yeah. But I also like really enjoy listening to the actors' perspectives and stuff. Yeah, and just having a conversation with them and then being able to sort of like figure out what the script is trying to say as well.
Next question. Would you rather watch a musical or a play?
Musical. I absolutely love musicals.
Do you want to shout out to your favorite musical of all time?
Yes, I have two.
Okay, you have to.
My favorites are Hamilton, which I watched two
recently?
times when they came
Yup.
recently. one with by myself, and then the other one with school, and then the other one is Hairspray. I love Hairspray. It's like one of my favorite like musicals of all time.
I mean, I don't really know a lot of musicals as well, but recently last year I think I got hooked onto Hamilton's soundtrack. It's so good. Like I didn't even watch it, but like just listening to like the soundtrack on Spotify is like so like so fun. I don't know how to explain it. It just makes me feel like wanting to watch a musical itself.
Would you rather like have a live audience or like recorded performance?
Live audience always.
Mm.
I love seeing the reactions of live audiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like I think during the pandemic there was like a lot of like recorded.
It's so funny because when you're on Zoom and you're doing a show,
Yeah.
and like the applause is like a bunch of clap emojis. And like, what is this supposed
It's so
to do for me?
virtual.
Okay, sure, thanks. I'll take
Yeah.
the virtual emojis. Not just like during the show itself, but like seeing people at the front of house, like before and after, is also an experience.
Yeah.
Because getting to interact with your audience members is super important.
So thank you so much for coming down to Musetalks and like sharing about like, you know, the past 4 years that like you've been in theatre, you know, what goes on. Like people must have been wondering, like some people out there are like, why are some people like this, why are some people like that? And now we know, I guess. Now I
Yeah.
guess we know. You know, thank you so much for sharing and stuff. Yeah.
And like for our viewers, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to like,
Comment.
share, subscribe. Yeah, and we'll see you next time on Musetalks. Bye-bye.
Bye.